Hello, everybody, and welcome. If this is your first time here, glad to see you here. Welcome to the live stream. If you caught this looking for a video, hang around. We've actually got some great people in here. You might actually enjoy it. If there's anything in particular you're looking for, go to our YouTube channel and search. If not, man, welcome to the live stream. This is Sippin' Saturday. We call it just because we might open up the safe in a little while, pull something out. But today we're talking about how to grow your service business to a six-figure business. And when I say that, man, that's not very hard to do. We actually ended up turning it into a seven-figure business before we ended up getting rid of it. But you've got to know where to start, how to start, and what you got to do. So first of all, how's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Sean Strong already in the house. Good morning to you. Jump in the chat. Excited to watch this. Tele Games, good to see you. Coley Amos says, please discuss what's the 13 different Plumbing 101 lessons. There's different things in there. We're still working on that. So Coley Amos, hold your breath there. Denver Charlotte boys, how are you doing? Man, that jumped on me. Where did it go? Where did it go? Right here. Good morning to you. How's everybody doing, man? Happy Saturday morning. I feel like I have been out of town forever. I was literally, 4 weeks ago, I was at the IBS, the International Builder Show, which is also home of KBiz. Then the next week, I was in Atlanta at AHR, Air Conditioning, Heating, and Refrigeration, which is a great plumbing show too. Then I was home for a week where I did laundry and shot 60 videos. That's a lot of fun. Then I went to Indianapolis this last week for WET. It was a great show. I want to say hello to Mr. Sean Strong. Good morning, crew. And Sean G. Strong with you there. LaDonna Drain, how are you? What were you doing with the Coke bottles in the startup video? We were mixing Mentos with Coke and different other soft drinks. We were having fun. Says, let me see what's going on outside. Just because, got that. Overhead door, got the grill out there. Okay, just trying to see what's going on. So we're going to be playing around out there here after a while. Just kind of want to let y'all see what's happening. Oh, and we got the hallway camera back. Check it out. So we're going to have fun today. Number one, we're going to go out and cook. Y'all want to hang around for that because how many of y'all like spicy? If you like spicy, let me know because today we're doing grilled jalapeno pork chops. But we're going to talk about how to turn your skills into a six-figure business. First of all, if you're in the trades now, I hope that you understand your future is whatever you want it to be. You get to decide what you are when you grow up or what you become when you grow up. So what I want to tell you is start thinking now. Do you want to end up owning your own company? Do you want to be be a foreman, a superintendent, a labor manager, director of operations? What do you want to move up and do in the future? Because you need to start thinking about that now because that's what's going to help you turn your future and your skills into more money. Denver says, once I'm fully licensed, how do I go about starting up a business and getting clients? Man, starting up your business, and we talk about that a lot. Matter of fact, we talk about that about every 4 weeks in here. Starting your own business is, you've got to have things in place. You've got to have your name, your bookkeeping, your accounting, a telephone number, a website, a bank account. There's a ton of things. It's more to explain. Just here isn't the answer to a question. But I'm putting together a course for that to teach people how to do it. Jobby Garza says third-year apprentice. Good to see you. Is it Jobby or is that Hobie? Asking. Number Shaw Boyce says second-year apprentice. Ray Baring, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. Travis Casada, what is up? First Hitman, buenos dias. Is this tech support Sunday? As long as Sean's in here, we're doing tech support. How you like that? Jeffrey Hallett says hello from Minnesota. Now, number one, while we're in here, were any of y'all at WET? And the reason being, when it comes to a six-figure business, one of the things that I always tell people is get out and network. There was a ton of it going on at WET, but get out and network. And you know what? I might have everything in here to hook up my phone. Maybe not. So I say I might be able to hook up my phone and show you my pictures from WET. We had a blast. But getting out and networking, meeting other tradespeople, other influencers from around the country is what's going to really help you grow. And not just other trades influencers, but I mean, I was there talking to Rigid. I was there talking to Odie. I was there talking to Milwaukee. There are so many great things going on in the trades that I just think the opportunities are phenomenal. And those of us that aren't going to events like this, and don't get me wrong, this was my first WET show. And I want to tell y'all right now, I want to be involved with WET. I want a live stream from WET next year. Tell me what y'all think about that. Wyatt says, glad to be here. LMR, glad you're in the house. There is the link to the Discord group by Sean G. Strong. And there is the link to the subreddit. If you have not been in there, y'all need to be. So, oops, it's Saturday. Did I say Sunday? Oh, Dallas Tradesman, that's not good. Yeah, because I'm not that smart of a plumber. I just play one on YouTube. Sean, good to see you. Good to see you. First Hitman, how we doing? Cousin has IBS. Yeah, I've been there. Good morning, all the way from Tejas. So Tejas Plumbing out in Rockwall is a friend of mine. Owen Reeves, fifth-year plumber, about to take your SC test for license. Take over your dad's company. Appreciate all your videos. Owen, number one, you're welcome. And I love to see people grow up and take over their dad's businesses. It was really neat, especially being in Indianapolis this last week. I met a lot of people, and they were like, it's a father-son team, and they're like, my son's fixing to take over. It's pretty cool. Fancy. Hook me up with plumbing job, Maine. Booty meat, good luck. Sean likes it spicy. Killer Bill 13, or Killer Bull says 13, says, I'm a second-year apprentice. I've been doing mostly material handling. Been doing night school. Long story short, my boss says, no, I have to drive to plumb. How do you go back to tools? Learn everything you can about it and get good on it. Don't get stuck in a material handling position. Don't get me wrong, it's wonderful because you're going to learn all about all the different fittings that there are, different adapters, all kinds of things. But my main thought is talk to your people. If they know that you have the ability to plumb or the drive to, ask them what you're going to have to do to get back out on the field. Good stuff. Ladonna Drain says, love watching your show. You make it look easy. You're a good teacher. Well, Ladonna, thank you very much. Thing is, I love it. I love what I get to do. So that's why it looks easy. Colton is the tech. He wrote, man, Colton makes things happen in here, which is great. But you're running Discord. I mean, that's a tech person right there. Josh Rome says, good morning, Roger. Good to see you getting lots of love from other plumbers at the trade shows. You know what? I had a blast. I really did. And Josh, good to see you. Here's the thing. Social media plumbers respect each other, help each other, want each other to grow. I am literally trying to put together this little plumbing mafia to help all these people. I think they're phenomenal. From George to Omar to Plumbing Skater to the Lady Plumber. There's so many different people that, man, this is such a great community. So, man, it is so cool to get together, hang out, invite each other along, invite each other to our sponsors and things. It's really cool. Sean Doherty, thank you very much. Yeah, if you're in here and you like what you're seeing, I mean, we've got 70-something people in here between both of them. If you like what you're seeing, you like what you hear, hit the thumbs up down there. Dad 40 says, good to be here. Good to see you here. Rex Game Files, I'm here again. Change my name between two things. Rex and Game Files. Denver says, Roger, when you owned your business, was there ever a time where you denied service because the work was too much or too gross? Not when I owned my own company. Once I owned my own company, I realized, hey, that's just part of it. I did do it when I was a plumber. I ran into a job that was just too nasty for me. But I've grown a lot since then too. So LaDonna Drain, and I'm only about 4 minutes behind on questions, so I'm doing good so far. So thank you very much. Donna says, love watching you grill. Man, we've got it set up back here. It's kind of been sprinkling this morning, so didn't know if we were going to get to grill today, but we're looking forward to it. Mark Griffin says, good morning from Atlanta. Man, I was there just a couple of weeks ago. Not sure if you were at AHR, but it was a blast. Don't know why we get Saturday off from plumbing. Plumbing doesn't care what day it is. You're right, but a lot of plumbers do. A lot of plumbers want to spend time with their families. Brian Parrish says hello from Oklahoma. So, everybody tell me where you're from and what you do. So, Brian, what do you do in Oklahoma? And everybody else, I can normally see your name unless it's something that's really weird like Roger Wakefield. What's your name? Or not what's your name? I can see that. Where are you from and what do you do? Good morning from Denver, 15-year HVAC vet. Here, dipping more into plumbing. Good for you. Justin, that's neat because at AHR, I realized I want to dip more into HVAC. So, pretty cool. Cap Canadian says, hey, Roger, love your videos. 3rd-year plumbing apprentice. Just switched from residential to commercial. And it's a bit of a learning curve, but it's very fun learning. It is. It mainly it's a lot bigger pipe. A lot of the theory's the same. So that part's pretty cool. Whatever you're into there, 7th sign. Hey, Roger, nice to see you again. Wrapped TZ, Stomatiscu. Hope I got that right. I'm just going to call you Rap. Sean says, oh, God. Killer Bull 13 says, thanks a lot, Roger. Bosses were impressed with knowledge I learned off of YouTube and TikTok from guys like you. Guys, here's the deal. You can learn how to grow a business here. Now, we've talked a little bit about that earlier, but think about it. If you know what you're going to do, if you know I want to grow up to be a plumbing company owner, a great plumber, whatever it is, start looking at everything you're doing all the time and say, look, is where I'm working now getting me closer to where I want to be? Is what I'm learning right now getting me closer to where I want to be? Because if it's not, it might be time to think, hey, I might want to go somewhere else to learn something new, or talk to my employers and let them know that I'm really interested in doing something else. You never know. Rex Game File says, I've only been a plumber for 7 months and every day has been an adventure. I've only been a plumber for 43 years and every year has been an adventure. Looky here. Neil C., the Urban Van Life in the house. Guys, if you want to see a cool channel, I remember watching a video he did one day, and he literally starts cutting a hole in the side of a van. And I thought, what the what? Man. But then he filled it in with the window. It didn't leak. Now he built a shower pan and drain in there. Y'all can learn a lot just from watching him. So if you haven't done it yet, jump over to Urban Van Life, subscribe, watch what he does, and listen to the way he talks about plumbing, because it's pretty cool. Corbull's been having hundreds of journeymen teaching him. Good for you. Thomas says, good job, Captain Canadian. Learning both will help you big time. Amen. James Reckner, the financial potential in plumbing is fantastic. Went from desperate and destitute to earning more in a day than I used to in a month. Self-employed water heater installer. So James, where are you located? That's pretty cool, because in Texas, you've got to have a master license to do that, to own your own business. But it's neat to watch people progress from a laborer, maybe an apprentice, a helper, to a tradesman, to a journeyman, to a master, to an RMP and company owner. So pretty good stuff. One smart fella says, new sub, thinking about switching into the trades from engineering, Eastern Canada. Man, welcome. I was hanging out with the lady plumber is from Canada. Was with her last week. Got to see Jeff a couple of weeks ago, and then I've got a friend over on the east side of Canada. Man, I'm going to end up having to come up there. And I have had people reach out to me and ask me if I would be interested in speaking up there. And I said yes. Having a hard time finding an actual apprenticeship. Any advice? David Caruth, the Rich with Roger program is a program that I've created right now, getting into the trades. And first, it teaches you to figure out what trade is right for you. So yeah, www.therichtradesman.com. I don't know if Colson's in here, if he can pin that up to the top or anything, but if you know anybody wanting to get into the trades, it's a great way to start. LaDonna says, do you do powder puff plumbing casts for girls? LaDonna, I don't, because here's my thought. It doesn't matter. Guy or girl, y'all can do the same things we do. There's no need for a powder puff. Now, LaDonna, are you a homeowner? Are you a apprentice? Are you thinking about getting into the trades? What's the deal? Thomas H. says, learning a trade on the job is hit or miss. If you have a good journeyman or elder apprentice, but YouTube and social media has great dudes to learn from. Yes, it does. I know one of them. No, actually, I know a few of them. It's great. I'm not the only plumber here, and I tell people that all the time. I just, I found out this last week, I'm the OG. I'm the one that they look at and say, look, what's Roger doing? And that was really, really cool. It was great hanging out with the people I got to hang out with this last week. I mean, Rigid, Odie, Source One, Fernco, but the plumbers from around the country had a blast. Howdy, y'all. Good to see you in here. Apprentice Plumber Rex and Rex Game Files, depending on what I'm doing on YouTube. Love it. Captain Cannon, any advice from going on residential to commercial? Yeah, ask lots of questions, study, learn everything that you can. And there's the link down at the bottom to go to therichtradesman.com. That'll get you in. And look, what I teach people is how to find the right trade, how to become the most amazing professional, how to go through the job interview process and get hired, and how to make sure that first job becomes a lifelong career for you. Thomas says, ate lunch for the first time in an active septic tank when I was 19. Nothing too gross when you're young. Boy, not the truth. As we get older, we learn better. California, La Puente, how are you? Own a plumbing and HVAC company. Brian, congratulations. Watching from Indiana, retired. LaDonna, I was literally there last week, flew home 2 days ago. Actually, I flew home, when was it? Thursday afternoon. So I was in Indianapolis for 4 days. Christopher Holmes says, hey, Roger, watch all your videos. Should a plumber study both IPC and UPC plumbing codes? Absolutely. Now, study mainly what code they build by in your area. You don't want to just study UPC if all you're working on are IPC jobs. You may do something wrong. Calvasoria says, nice make some nice videos. I'm trying. I need to quit making them not nice ones. I do. My team tells me that all the time. Josh Rome says, hey, Roger, started my plumbing company this week. Nervous but excited. Good for you. I hope you watch a lot of videos. We talk about how to do it, how to grow, make sure you got everything in place. So yes. Urban Van Life says, I live on my own private island in my head in Liverpool, England, and I'm a professional confusion. Writing it that way, I believe you. I believe you. Love you, Neil. Good to see you in here, brother. NYC, U.S. Building Trades Journeyman Plumber. Love it. Isca Reyes, how are you? Guns out, no doubt. Good morning to you. David Caruth from Pennsylvania, work as a maintenance technician in a nursing home, trying to find an apprentice for plumbing. Man, good for you, because if you've been doing that in a nursing home for a while, you've definitely got some plumbing experience. Thomas says, Captain Canadian, take layout classes and any industrial classes you can find. It's busier with other trades around, but remember your own runway working every day. So it's a daily try. And here's the thing, and you're right, learn all kinds of different things. learn layout, learn communication, learn management, learn construction management. Cool stuff. Sandy Plumber, what's up? Good to see you in here. Justin Gibson, HVAC tech that specializes in electrification and heat pump water systems. Good for you. Denise Sarbadane. How can you help me? I hope so. Owen Reeves, what is up? From Sabine Parish in Louisiana. Moved to Myrtle Beach and started plumbing, residential, commercial, for my dad when I graduated high school. Man, congratulations and good for you. Thomas H says, I don't know if Canada has some codes for plumbing as California. When California adopts the newest code, it becomes free public record, so study up for commercial plumbing. Love that. Denver Charboy says, would you say the transitioning from residential to commercial is easier for someone new than from commercial to residential? You know, it's hard to say. I don't know that I realized it as a transition because I did that. I started commercial and then went to residential, then got back into commercial. Man, it's just different size pipe. Learn to look at the drawings. It'll tell you what to do. So Denver, I don't know that one's harder than the other, really. Works Games File says, I learn every day. I'm a plumber. I won't go to Canada, I'm assuming. This is, please tell me. Dennis, not sure what you want me to please tell you. Urban Van Life says, we got the plumbing in ourselves. Build the camper van by following the advice Roger teaches, and we have never had a plumbing issue. Performed a split shower tray, but that's a new stainless tray. Man, yeah, he demoed out a shower drain pan that has a toilet in it. Man, it's cool to see how they do it. LaDonna says, on my own home, single with no guy around. That's why you want to learn plumbing. Good for you. Thomas H says, for commercial, study the code, make a cheat sheet. Every how many feet, meters does 4-inch cast iron need to support in the horizontal, vertical, and what is going under inspection and what standard needed. I'll tell you what, let me see here, which one I'm going to do. I've been over there for a while. So I'm going to unplug that camera. My team just got mad at me, which is fine. They do that often. But I'm going to plug in this camera because I want to show y'all. You know, you talk about creating a cheat sheet, Thomas. So what I want to show you, I want to go to it first. This is a Charlotte app. And I say that, I want to find it, and now I can't even see it. Man, there's a lot of cool apps out there too. Let's do it this way. Let's go to the search bar. CAJR. Ooh, why can't I find it that way? Tools. All right. Now I'm getting upset. Okay, now I've just got to slow down and look at every single one. Tech tools. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go to, no. Oh, that one's where I put it right there. Okay. So this is Charlotte Pipe Tech Tools. And you put in here, Thomas, about how far apart. But right here, guys, if you look at this app, you can go in and just say, you said, what, 4-inch cast iron. Okay. So product group, you click on it. ABS, PVC, or CPVC. This one here doesn't even have cast iron. So piping system. Let's go PVC. It's what we use here in Texas. Piping system. Schedule 40 PVC. Pipe size, you said 4-inch. Temperature. It's about 70 degrees here, so I'm going to say 80. General guidelines result for spacing 7 foot, and then you can read the note in there. Guys, apps like this are phenomenal. It literally, let me see, it won't let me do it. Okay, so I'll go back to here. Apps like this make what we do amazing. It literally gives you the opportunity to, like you said, she or whatever you need. I want to make sure if I got the right camera here. And I don't. Okay, so I'm going to unplug that one and plug this one here in. This way my team can't get mad at me. Okay, well, maybe I don't have that one either. Maybe I did have it right a while ago. Okay, it doesn't matter. I've unplugged it, so maybe it's not recognizing it. I'll give it a minute and see what it does. So I can still go over here to number 3. All right, back to the comments for a few minutes. I got to go out and light the grill up. Drake Jr., how you doing? Have you ever used Home Depot Pro Referral? You know, I do a lot more over at Lowe's with their Provember, Pro Rewards and all that. I've looked into Home Depot. I haven't done anything with it. Thomas is Southern California, former union and non-union on both residential and commercial. Thomas, I love that because, see, I got my camera back. That's what I do or that's why I talk about the things that I do. I've done commercial, I've done residential, I've done industrial, I've done new construction and service. I've been non-union and union. So, man, I feel like I can just talk about everything that we do. Sean Riley says, started watching your videos, just started my plumbing apprenticeship. Absolutely loving it. Sean, man, welcome to the community. Dent says, I have NVQ for plumber. Not sure what that is. Flomax Plumbing, just got my license. How do I start to get work? My boss is pushing me out the door. Well, if you've got a boss, he should be the one getting work. So I'm not sure I understand that. Mr. Matt McDonough in the house. Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing, what's up? It is a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm glad to be back home. So, man, good to see you in here. Calva Shuria says, but at the end, you are the best. Calva, thank you very much. Look, guys, I love what I do. And really, I owe it to all y'all because y'all showing up, watching me, giving me thumbs up, commenting, letting me know if you like what we do. Man, every time I get a thumbs up down there, YouTube says they like me a little bit more. So I appreciate all y'all do. LaDonna says, I own my own home, so knowledge is power. The more I know, the least I have to pay out. Learning this is helpful. I completely agree. And I have people send me messages all the time about, look, I learned to change a gas valve because of you. I learned to do this. I learned to do that. And, you know, I always want to teach people the right way to do it. So, LaDonna, thank you very much. Is it hard for Canadian journeyman plumbers to get a job in America, or do companies usually still clear of us? No, we actually want y'all all to come down here. We need more plumbers in the U.S., just like y'all do. So coming down here is good. What I would do, say you want to come to Texas, reach out to the TSBPE, the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners. Ask them what you got to do. Most states will make it easy on you because we want plumbers. Thomas H. says, commercial plumbing in the morning. Ask yourself for what you and your team are working on, what tools, materials you're going to need. Start thinking layout and be ready to ask your journeyman. Thomas, one thing I tell people is start looking at what your journeyman is doing so you can get ahead of him. Sean G. Strong says there's a ton of videos on the YouTube channel and people in the Discord are always willing to give advice and help you out. All right, guys, I am going to get ready to get out of here. I hear noise in the back. Let's see if we can see what's going on. And we can't. Maybe that one. Nope. All right. I'm going to head out there and start getting the grill fired up. So I'm going to switch to the hallway camera here. And then I am going to head out. I will see y'all. I'll see y'all outside by the grill. I'm going to go light that puppy up so we can get ready for some jalapeno pork chops. So see y'all in a minute. All right, and the cool thing is y'all should still be able to hear me. Oh, here we are. And it's a little chilly today. So if I get grumpy, y'all will understand why. I love that Colton made this thing bigger. Man, I can actually blow them up big enough I can see them. I love this. Sean says, what is always in Indianapolis? I've been wanting to go for the last few years, but haven't made it happen. 24 is going to be the year. I'm going to do good things in wet. I'm telling you. I got a cup of ice here already. I'm going to jump over here for just a second. Don't know if y'all seen it here yet, but got the safe open just because I got some ice here. So I may need to get in there. As y'all see, it's pretty much tequila and beer. I mean, tequila and whiskey. I do have my Glock. It's my Glock 40. Got my Glock 9 over here. I've got my Barrett M50 right here. I guess y'all can see that. Put that back where it was. And then I got my AR-15 over here. So we are ready to have fun. The funny thing is they say guns and alcohol don't mix, but I'm telling you, if you have a big enough safe, yes, they do. All right, let's go out here and start up a fire. It's kind of been misted today. It looks like pretty good right now. Thank God, because we got cameras out here. All right, all right. Yeah, and I know Randy's already let them smoke. I like putting enough fluid on here that way it lights up. All right. All right, it will not take this very long. We're going to let these coals get white hot. And we have been letting, well, I'll tell you in a little bit. All right. We have been letting pork chops sit in a bag of jalapeno juice and pork chops and carrots and everything in them. So this has been marinating for about 3 days. And I'm telling you, I'm going to pull them out in a minute. I'm going to throw them on the grill. I'm going to season them. It is going to be good. That one guy says, I'm a relatively new plumber. Any advice? My dad was a plumber, and I grew up around the trades, but I've only been plumbing professionally for the last 6 months. About to get my own truck next month. You know, number one, depending on where you're at, what license is required, things like that, I'm not really sure what advice to give you. Is it your dad's company? Are you going to take that company over? Or are you just working for somebody else? If you've been plumbing forever, and you've just really got into it professionally for 6 months, that's one thing. Just make sure you know what you're doing before they put you out on jobs and maybe get you into a situation where you're not sure. Sean, you definitely need to be at the Wet Show next year. Keep growing on Instagram. I'm talking to them about bringing professionals in and doing podcasting and live streams and all kinds of things. Do y'all as plumbers go to any trade shows? Meaning I've been to IBS, KBiz, AHR, and WET 3 weeks out of the last 4. And it's going to be hard next year because AHR and WET are almost stacked. I think it's January 22nd, 3rd, and 4th for AHR. And then WET is 24th, 25th, and 26th. So it's going to be very interesting. All right. Thomas H. says, Professor Dave in Cali, just need one CO to give you a chance to show out then California. To show then California, employers and unions have no problem except great workers. Rep better if you have Canada trade reference. And Thomas, here's the cool thing about that. And if you are wanting to move from Canada, going to California is easy. if I own a company in California and a guy walks up and says, I'm a plumber, I can throw him in the truck. I would want him to show me, but in Texas, we've got licensing. And it's really funny because I had one of the vendors at the show. Whenever I told him I was from Texas, I told him I was a master plumber from Texas. And he said, dude, congratulations. He said, that is one of the hardest licenses in the world to get. And I've always thought so, but I just thought that's the way everybody is. And he's like, no. He said, some states literally just give them away. Some states like Texas, it's a lot of work to get it. So that one guy says, I'm working on getting my apprentice license, live in Arizona, so you don't need a license as long as we work under a licensed master plumber. So I guess Arizona is the same as California. And I think that New York is about the same way. Kind of interesting. Zach Smith says, hey, Roger, how are you doing, man? You inspire me to keep up doing my apprenticeship program. I have my first state apprentice license. Zach, congratulations to you. Guys, here's the deal. Getting into the trades is phenomenal. If I can help people, I love that. That's why these courses that I'm putting together, Rich with Roger, get into the trades. You can get rich. I can show you how. By being the best professional you can be. I think Colton had that scroller up a while ago. But the cool thing is, getting into the trades, you can make a fortune if you do things right. You've got to get into the right trade. You've got to be the very best tradesman. Eventually, start your own company. Starting your own company working for you instead of working for somebody else is a game changer. And then the last one, learn to network. Learn to use social media to grow that business. It's amazing. NVQ is the British qualification. Urban Van Life, thank you very much. I love that. I'm always learning. And when is the million play button happening? It's going to happen. I believe it is. I'll tell you what, Neil, I think it will. I never really, when I started this, I never thought about even a silver play button. I never thought about getting 100,000 subscribers, more or less 500,000. And as well as I do, if you can get 100, you can get 1,000. You get 1,000, you can get 100,000. You get that, you can get 10,000, 100,000. You can get 1 million. So I love it. Great seeing you in here. But man, I send people to you all the time. So thank you for everything you do, Neil. Alberto Arevalo. Good morning, Roger. I'm getting ready to take the test for my tradesman. Any recommendations or videos? Yeah, I've got videos where I talk about how to study using the UPC study guide. And if you're taking your tradesman, I'm assuming you're here in Texas, get the UPC study guide. It makes studying to where literally, I think I could pass any one of the written exams in 10, 20 minutes. Because every answer is in that book. It's the code. It's what it's all about. So get it, study it, and you will be fantastic. H2O Mechanic says, you are the role model that I use for teaching and growing my channel on well drilling and pumps. Number one, great to see you in here. Met a lot of well drillers, pumps, man, septic people, leach field people, septic tank people. I met so many people at the wet show. It was phenomenal. So H2O Mechanic, thank you. I'm glad that you watched me. I hope you subscribe. Hope you comment. Hope you like it. Hope you share it. But most of all, I hope I bring you value. So thank you, sir. Dan Lipnicki says, way to take social media and now a cook. Here's the thing. And man, I don't know if you can tell, Colton can show you, we're cooking on a 55-gallon barrel, okay? That is a barrel that's been cut, cleaned out, turned into a grill, cut apart. It's got a shelf on it. We got a fire going in there. And yeah, we're fixing to cook. If you notice, I only cook meat. We don't have a stovetop in here or nothing. But literally, it's fun. We love what we do. I'm reaching out to a lot of different pellet smoker manufacturers, a lot of the ceramic grills, a lot of the griddle tops. I literally want to have all kinds of different cookware availability out there. So, if y'all know anybody in any of those industries, have them reach out to me. We're looking for sponsors, affiliate links, ambassadors, anything at all like that, because we think what we do is phenomenal. And like you said, Dan, there's a lot of people that send me messages, say, dude, what are you cooking today? I want to cook too. I love it. Gary the Water Guy says, hey, Roger, great to see you here again. Don't forget about online opportunities. Been able to take humble local water filtration business, turn it into an international online business. And here's the deal. Look, we believe in whole house water filtration. We think Flowtech sucks. It's not the product. It's the customer service. It's the owner. I love it. I saw their booth at AHR. They had them tucked in a hole. I never saw anybody standing at the booth, and I thought they must know what kind of guy David is. So we now use Halo 5s. They're phenomenal. I love them. But guys, if you're in the trades or you want to open your own company, think about what Gary just said. You can take something like water filtration, turn it into your specialty where you know it and do it better than anybody else. Our thing was slab leaks and leak detection. I mean, that's why we got into Leak Pro. We definitely think this is the most phenomenal leak detection equipment system there is. And it's been good for us. It's helped us do really, really well. Black River Drains. I just got my plumbing and business license here in Ohio. Huge thanks to you, Roger. I watched all your videos on testing to pump myself up and crushed it the first time. Number one, good for you. And guys, here's the thing. We have the opportunity to be whatever we want to be, each and every one of us. If anybody's telling you, if you're an apprentice and people tell you, look, you're never going to make it, it's because they don't have faith in people. Here's what I want to tell you. If you're an apprentice, you're a tradesman, you can become a journeyman. You can become a master. You can become the best freaking apprentice anybody's ever seen, the best journeyman anybody's seen. Just get in here, study, learn, try to be the very best. You know why? You know why it's important? The people that are the best make the most money. And that's part of what I teach in Rich. I tell people about the book, The Dip, what it did for me. So, man, congratulations for you, Black River Drain. I love it. Urban Van Life says, think a party at Rogers would be a good idea. Neil, number one Vid Summit is in Dallas next year. And if you think I'm not going to throw a party somewhere, man, it's going to be a surprise. Blake Bennett says, just recently started the process joining the plumbing apprenticeship program here in Wisconsin. Currently trying to find a contractor to hire me. Everyone I call tells me to email them. Well, if they give you the email, sit down and compose an email that would be worthy of getting you a job. Meaning you compose an email that make people think, man, I need to hire this guy. You do something like that, it can be amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and close this for now, just because it's tempting. Just the other day was National Margarita Day. I was in Indianapolis, so I did not partake because I knew that I would need to be in Texas to have the kind of margaritas I would want. Man, I want y'all to look at these pork chops. Tell you what, I'm going to lay them right here in the pan. Oh, yeah. Pretty good stuff. Now, as you can see, man, these things are wet and juicy. They have been setting in this jalapeno juice for about 3 days. And the only reason I went ahead and got them out, and Colton, you can leave this camera on. I'm going to jump over here and grab my seasoning real quick. Now, this is my favorite seasoning. I'll move something real quick. I want to see something, maybe not. Okay. This is from the Pepper Palace. It's called Ghost Pepper Rub. And man, I love it. So I'm going to put a little bit on here, and I'll show you in a minute how much I put on here. Because I don't put a ton of it on, although this is my favorite freaking seasoning. It is super duper spicy. It does have ghost pepper in it. I made wings with this. Matter of fact, Super Bowl Sunday. Put just a little bit of salt. And, of course, it's jalapeno salt. Then I'm going to flip these things over. I can already tell these are going to be good. All right. Now, if y'all can see, this is some big coarse jalapeno salt. And I don't want to use too much. I really normally don't use salt on my food. Even here. Sean talking about crack pipe. Sean. So y'all can see right there. I got enough seasoning on here. Maybe not on that one. To get it pretty good. Now, normally I'll pull these out and blot them, get some of the juice off, but when it's jalapeno, I don't. If it was a steak that I was marinating, I would. If it was a steak I just pulled out of the wrapper, I'd rinse it off and then put my seasoning on it. I just want to make sure I have enough time to eat and do good. Where the magic happens. How are you doing? Says thanks for your insight and time. Guys, again, thank y'all. Y'all make it where I get to live the most amazing life I could ever imagine. I get to get up every Saturday, come in here and do this. I get to get up every day and come in and work with my team to make videos for y'all every day. Right now, I'm drinking unsweet iced tea. This is actually green tea, the Zen. I make it at home. Sean says, 10 years ago, I applied at 9 different plumbing shops. Only one called me back. I had an interview the next day on Friday and started work the next Monday. That's how it was for me. I applied to the union after 17 years of experience. I applied to the union on a Thursday. I guess somebody had called them on Friday because I got a call Monday morning saying, hey, can you go over here to this company called Brand Engineering? And, man, that was about September 2017. September 1997. That's when I got into the union. And then just got out recently. So Matt Scott 51 says Mississippi accepts licenses from all other states now. Large construction companies have people here from all over. Your opinion on it? I hate that it's every state they accept it from. Texas has limited reciprocity, meaning Texas understands most states don't test to the level that we do. And I don't mean that bad. I'm just saying, look, that's what Texas says. Here lately, they're doing reciprocity agreements with Arkansas and Louisiana. I think that's a good thing. My thing is I think there needs to be a national MEP license, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, where any of those things, if you're a HVAC, if you're an electrician, if you're a plumber, and you can pass the test, your license is good in any state. Because when we have catastrophic events down in New Orleans or something, and they need to rebuild, they need plumbers, every plumber across the country should be able to go in there and help and have a license and be legitimate. So great question, Matt Scott. I like the idea. I'm going to check the fire. I like the idea of a license like that, or having you can do that. But I don't know if I like the idea about it being every single state or every plumbing license across the country. Looking for my Randy's my grill cleaner out here, or no? I see I got a wire brush, so the nylon bristles may be on. Thank you, sir. I normally try not to use the metal wire brushes, but that's a brand new one. I've seen them come off, and actually found a piece of wire brush in a piece of meat one day. So I always try to go to the nylon. So I'll give it just a minute. Got the grate warming up. Got the grill doing fine. If I can get them on here in just a few minutes, I should be able to pull them off. 12:15. That way I have time to eat in front of y'all. Sorry about that. But I do have time for something else. Since it is sipping Saturday. What's y'all's favorite bourbon? I always just reach in here and grab mine. What is y'all's favorite bourbon? I'll get a little more ice than that. Sean just got indoor plumbing in Nebraska. Sean just figured out what indoor plumbing is. See, I know the truth. All right, today's going to be a good day. What are we going to do? Oh, man. Tough choices. Anybody come up with anything in the bourbons? I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you see. No. All right. Rex Game File says, listen to you like a podcast and about to cook some fried potatoes with onion, jalapenos, bell peppers, fresh garlic, some russet potatoes. Dude, I'm all over that. Looks good. Huge crossover market for grilling with the trays. Isn't that the truth? If someone is smart, they're going to sponsor your cooking. Thomas H., I agree with you, and I've talked to a lot of them. So I got to meet a lot of them at the International Builder Show. So I think you're completely right. I think it's going to be good. Man, what do I want today? I want something good. I'm going to do something magic today. Again, this is one of my favorites. Y'all seen me go here before. This is the Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. That's about 3 ounces. All right, I'm going to leave this out so y'all can see it. This is the Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. I love this. Man, when I tell y'all this is one of my favorites, this is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, I'm going to go get these on here in just a second. Going to do my math test at Local 100. I heard you have to know somebody to get into the union. Is that true? No, not really. The guy who got me into Local 100 didn't know anybody when he got in. I wouldn't tell them that you know me, though. I do complain about the union because of the way they do a lot of things. I think the union's great for some people and some locals. Unfortunately for you, Local 100 went through bad management for a while. I don't know if they're getting over it yet or not. But when it comes to big commercial work, they're a good company to work for, or a good union to be in. I would love to see them get better. I don't complain about the union. I just tell the truth about the union. So if you want to be a commercial plumber, it's a great thing to do. Blanton's, Mike Jr., good to see you in here, brother. Got to see Mike Jr. and hang out with him. It was fantastic. Yeah, but Blanton's is good. I like that. And I don't have a bottle of that in here yet, so I'm going to have to work on that. Have you tried Garrison Brothers? The Cowboy Bourbon is phenomenal. Urban Van Life says, I can see a new channel coming soon. Plumb it, kill it, cook it. I love it. I love it. That's pretty good. Way to go, Neil. And there's something about the flavor of cowboy bourbon. How do you make your wings? Well, Donna, what I do is I use a pellet smoker. I literally clean them all off, bag them, rinse them, marinate them. I use the ghost pepper rub. I use ghost pepper rub and black pepper, jalapeno dusting salt, and I'm spicy if you can't tell. Marinate the wings really heavy. Put them in 2 1-gallon Ziploc bags because I do about 8 pounds at a time. Stick them in the refrigerator and let them sit there for at least 2 days. That way the marinade has time to juice up and soak into the meat. Then I smoke them. I've got a pellet smoker with a super smoke on it. So I leave them on there about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on what temperature I'm wanting to go, normally around 300 degrees, and then turn it to super smoke and leave them on there for about 20 minutes to cook the smoke in. And LaDonna, I'm telling you, it's amazing. So I'm going to walk out here and put these on. That's the one thing about these 55-gallon barrel grills, man, they don't get, or they get hot, but you got to be careful because they'll cool down on you. Because they're so thin, there's nothing to really hold the heat in. Man, oh man. I like that. I'm going to close that down a little bit to keep some of the heat in there. So what have we not cooked on the grill that some of y'all want to see? And I ask because, me and Randy are always the ones in here trying to pick, hey, what are we going to do? What are we going to eat? So Randy's like, I think Colton likes this, or, whatever the case is. What does Ellie want? What does Justin want? So what do y'all want? Is there anything in particular? Number one, and that was great. The question a while ago, the thing about you cooking and sponsored, I think it was Thomas. Thomas, here's the deal. What brand pellet smokers or grills do y'all use? Very interested in that. All right. Put that in the chat. Denver says, I find America's apprenticeship is kind of odd compared to Canada. I know y'all go to uni. We get an apprenticeship card and need it to work on anything plumbing. And also we have 3 terms of schooling. Yep, at the university. Yes, you do. Community college before writing out specific exam for our license. Good for you. Sorry about people pulling up out here. They see the smoker and the cameras. And they drive by really slow, looking like, what are they doing? We're having fun. Denver says it's strict in Canada, should be in the USA as well. Water can destroy a house in seconds. Man, I completely agree with you. Here's what I'm going to tell you is that in Texas, it's strict. You have to have an apprentice registration card to even go out on a plumbing job with a journeyman. You have to have a tradesman to run a van by yourself and go in to work on single and 2-family dwellings. So yeah, there's a lot to it, but there's also, we're short on people. So a lot of people are like, look, if I've got a guy that can run calls, I'm going to send him out. It's worth the fine to make as much money as I can because we can't get enough people. Aaron Max says, I'm 20-year-old looking to open a plumbing company ASAP. How long should I wait, in your opinion? Well, you're 20 years old. How long have you been plumbing? Do you have all the licenses? Do you have all the insurance? Do you know anything about plumbing? Or are you just getting started? Most people don't just wake up one day and think, wow, you know what? I'm going to open a plumbing company today. So Aaron Mack, I would need to know a whole lot more than that. Black River Drain says, originally from East Texas. Love to be able to go back home and help when these freezing temperatures come in. I have a lot of friends down there who are just overwhelmed. And it's crazy. when we have a catastrophe like that, and not just Dallas, but everywhere around the world, think about it. If it's snowing right now in LA, or there's ice in LA, one or the other. I heard about it earlier, and I'm thinking LA's not built for that. Either is Dallas. When it reaches 0 degrees like it has here, we have freeze breaks. We're not built for it. So, yeah, it can be tough, and it would be nice if we had a license where we could all just go wherever the work is. Think about how many times when it's not real busy, where plumbers and doctors are like, man, look, I can't get a job. There's nothing going on. Well, if they could go to New Orleans because there's 20 tower cranes up, or Miami, getting a job anywhere in the United States can be great. Funny how I spent all day yesterday cleaning out 2 feet of sewage out of a basement, removed a pile of around 100 pounds of flushable wipes. Homeowner said they say flushable on the pack. Sativa, what brand were they? Because I don't know if y'all seen the videos I've done about the Cottonelle flushable wipes, but man, the Cottonelle dissolve like tissue paper. So I'm gonna run out here and see if I need to flip them. Just take a look at them. It's a beautiful day. Cold, which is not my favorite. Okay, we're getting there. I'll give them another minute or so. Kind of squeeze them in, get them a little closer to the heat. So do all y'all like cooking out on the grill or pellet smoker? And or grilling? Do you grill? Do you smoke? What do y'all like to do? And when I say smoke, I mean meat. Sean Strong says, not a straight bourbon guy, but Roger and Amber know what I like. Long Island iced tea. Porterhouse is that Cody, a big old porterhouse. I'll tell you what, I like those big tomahawk ribeyes about like that. I love it. It's getting chilly out here. Sean Strong says, I had some crab stuffed mushrooms a couple of weeks ago. Oh my gosh, those are amazing. You get good at making those. You'll see me again a lot sooner. Yeah, those are good. Man, I wish I could remember. There's a company coming back to Dallas called Steak and Ale. I think they used to do crab stuffed mushrooms. Blew my mind. Just keep trucking on. What's your opinion on putting pipe insulation around pipes in the walls in your house? Overkill or necessity for colder climates? I tell you what, I wish we had them in Dallas, because when it does freeze up, like it has, it may just be enough to keep maybe 10 or 20% of them from freezing up. I'm going to talk about this while I go flip these over. I like it because of the noise. I really think you're right. It may be a little bit of an overkill. But at the end of the day, if it keeps the water hotter longer, that makes the water heater more efficient. That's a good thing. And I'm going to swip these here too. That way this other side of this one doesn't get too burned or doesn't try to burn on me. Sorry about that. The jalapeno juice, you can already feel. There we go, right there. When you get those fumes coming up and the jalapeno juice in it, it's pretty good stuff. All right. I don't mind the insulation on the pipe and the walls. It may be an overkill, but if it makes it more efficient, it makes it not as loud, don't have a problem with it. Abu Kayumi, how are we doing? Hey, Roger, do you still own Texas Grain Plumbing? It's a yes-no answer. I sold Texas Green Plumbing to Rescue Air. They're now converting it all over to Rescue Air and Plumbing. And I own a small percentage of that whole company. So, yes. Sean Strong says, we don't insulate our pipes in residential. Everything is in the interior walls, but I wouldn't discourage anyone from doing it. And I love that. I think the contractors in Dallas should get smart and put all the water lines on interior walls too. They don't always do that. Think about it. We've got general contractors down here actually putting water lines up on, or not water lines, water heaters up in an attic. So I think whoever's freaking amazing idea that was is kind of crazy. Jeff Batter says from Iowa, do not like to sandwich a pipe in an outside cold wall. There you go. And I agree, like we were just talking. It's tough because I can understand the need for it sometimes. I mean, think about how wonderful the kitchens are, where the kitchen sink's right here, and you're looking out out this window, if you have a view. There's just times where, look, if we're going to do it. I almost like the idea of pulling the water lines out and bringing them up in the cabinet instead of on the exterior wall. At least then people can open up cabinets and it's not a problem that it's going to be 70 degrees or whatever the room temperature is. But to get in there and say, we're going to move all the plumbing off the exterior wall, I could see how that could be hard to do for a general contractor. Like I say, it's impossible. I just see where the benefits of having some things on an exterior wall. I've got showers, toilets, things like that the plumbing's on an exterior wall. Could it have been flipped the other way? Absolutely. Would it have been a good idea? Probably. Would it be harder to do? Yeah, because the way you got to flip the bathroom, now you need to make it bigger so a door could come in another area. So yes, indeed. Rob Davis says, I grew up in Memphis. Not sure what you mean on the both, but I'm going to go check these again. I'm really wanting to get these pulled fairly quick so we can do it. If you, number one, if you know anybody that's interested in getting in the trades, tell them about us. Tell them about what we're doing. Tell them to come watch some of these videos. There are people that, and I want you to think about this. Number one, there's 1 million unfilled trades jobs across the U.S. right now. 1 million. There's over $1 billion in student debt because we're telling our kids, our counselors are telling them, the parents are telling them, the teachers are telling them, if you don't go to college, you'll never amount to anything. And that is so not true. To be honest, the truth is, if you go to college, chances are you're not going to be able to get a job to pay off your student debt, or you're not going to get a job where you can make enough that you can pay it off in a timely manner, and it's going to cost you for the rest of your life. How would you like to get out of college owing $100,000? I mean, that'd be like owing for a house that you don't get. The education's great, but you can learn the trades. You can get paid while you learn. They say a union apprentice going through a 5-year training program, which is what it is here in Dallas, makes about $300,000 over those 5 years. If you know somebody wanting to get into a profession, would you rather recommend they go to college and spend $100,000 on debt, or would you recommend that they go to a trade school, a union, where they can make about $300,000 in the same amount of time? And when they get out, they're going to be making journeyman wages, where when that person getting out of college is going to be making entry-level wages. I'll be right back. Let me go check my pork chops one more time. I'm going to check them, and then I'm probably going to have to come get them in a minute. Oh, they're almost ready. does that all the way that it will. Man, these are looking good. Give them just another minute or so and bring them in. So what are y'all doing today? What are y'all, or number one, are you cooking out? If so, what are you cooking out? What is going on? And I'm trying to look in here to see. For some reason, I can't even tell where I'm at. How many of y'all? There we go. Let me turn the volume down there, or y'all hear that too. Perfect. Yeah, just trying to see what are y'all doing today? It's a kind of slightly coldish day here in Dallas, Texas. It's been sprinkling. It's been raining a little bit. And I always wait till noon to drink here, just so y'all know. Now I'm gonna put some. Trying to get my pan and clean it out. Hey, Squirt, will you come rinse this pan out so I can pull my pork chops, please? You rinse it out. Thank you, sir. I don't want to put the pork chops in the same pan that I had the wet pork chops in. And again, guys, what I did on this is I took a big jar or a big can of whole jalapenos, put 4 pork chops in there, poured that jar in, let them sit in the juice for a couple of days. So good. Just keep trucking on. Says, hey, Roger, is there any noticeable difference? Water temperatures at the tap coming off a water heater between PEX and copper lines, since copper is a great conductor of heat. Does copper lose temp? They can both lose temp. You say, is there any difference of water temperatures at the tap? Probably not. I don't think you're going to lose it that fast, because if you think about a tankless water heater, it gets hot, and that's why they're on-demand water heaters. Thank you, sir. That's why they're on-demand water heaters. I'm going to go ahead and pull these. But that's why they're on-demand water heaters. So the water gets there so fast that the tankless heater can heat it. And then the water comes out, the faucet, the tap, the shower head, the valve, whatever the case may be. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open all that up so it will go ahead and blow out, burn all the ash off so we can shut that down and bring it back in here. I'm not going to tell them it's ready yet. I'm going to get my fork, my knife. This is what they give me to work with. They give me a butter knife, but really, man, I'm going to pick that big juicy one right there. Glad this is my workbench. How does that look to y'all? I do need to grab some more paper towels. I've got it right over here. All right. Garrett says, I know this is subjective to area, but what do you charge per fixture pricing for new construction, groundwork to finish? Garrett, I never did price by fixture. I always took off material, footage, using the MCAA. Oh, yeah. Okay, this looks good. Using the MCAA labor sheet, so you do takeoffs, how many feet of pipe, how many fittings, and there's literally a labor for each single piece that you're using and installing. These are good. These are real good. All right. All right, Colton, Randy, if y'all want to come on out, you can. Pretty good stuff. Adam Channel says, hello, Roger, March 6th. I'll be moving my career choice back to plumbing. Been watching your videos a lot. Number one, good for you. What were you doing before? And welcome back to plumbing. Man, it's such a great time to get in the trades because the people getting in the trades now and becoming really, really good, y'all are going to be the entrepreneurs of the future. Thomas says, my family law professor was a managing partner owner of her firm and still had student debt, loan debt as a practicing attorney 10 years after law school. I get it. And that plumber's just making money. Adam, 12 years. Good for you, brother. I love that. So, guys, I cannot even begin to tell y'all how good they are. It's a scratch and sniff screen. But if I hold it up here, Sean Strong got mad at me. He scratched a hole in his screen. Shared an image. I like that. Roger, would you ever start another business? Possibly. Hold on. I want to go back to Adam because here's the deal. People transitioning from the military, the opportunities are phenomenal. If you still got a GI Bill, you might look at the UA, the United Association. They've got helmets to hard hats. They've also got there's another program they got. I don't remember what it is. PHCC's got a program. Transitioning out of the military, the opportunities are phenomenal. So, number one, thank you for your service. But number two, man, you get in, if you're 12 years in, you're probably in your 30s. The opportunities can be phenomenal for you. So good luck. Would you ever start another business? Yeah. Matter of fact, I've got about 5 or 6 of them. Yeah. Adam, thank you very much. So I don't guess Randy and Colton are coming out, so I'm just going to sit here and eat these and drink bourbon and talk to y'all. Did any of y'all put in what's your favorite grill, smoker, anything at all like that? I know you didn't put in what your favorite bourbon is. That really might be mine right there. Yeah, Colton Squirt, come eat. I love that. Abdul, I've got yeah, I know. Hey, I've told y'all to come eat. Y'all ain't coming, so I may eat all 4 of them. Abdul, I've got a networking business. I'm regional partner for Master Networks in Houston, Waco, Austin, San Antonio. I still own part of Rescue Air and Plumbing. I own Roger Wakefield LLC, which makes the YouTube videos, courses, stuff like that. The Trades Academy, Leak Pro, the leak detection equipment we were talking about. I think that's 5. And I'm always inventing and working on something else. So all kinds of cool stuff. Black River Dragon says, I love my Blackstone breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My brother's got one. He loves it. I actually talked to Blackstone at the IBS, International Builder Show. I'm really hoping that I hear back from them. Excuse me. Blackstone is cool. And I took a video of the guy at IBS. He's out there cooking. He's got 2 big, long spatulas. He's got 1 Blackstone full of nothing but shredded potatoes. He's got another Blackstone with nothing but bacon and eggs on it, and he mixes all that together. And I mean, he's got these 2 spatulas, and man, he is going to town. It was phenomenal. Sean says, my stepdad gave me a bottle of Wild Turkey American Honey. That was pretty good. You know, I've got a bottle of Jack Daniel's Honey in here. I don't like sweet in my bourbon. So I hadn't even opened it. Killer Q says, how hard is the schooling part of the apprenticeship program for the union? You know, it's not. It's just you got to come in to learn. You know, as an instructor in a union, I saw so many people come in and they're like, I want to sit here and play on my phone. I don't want to pay attention. I don't want to learn. And then they get out and wonder why they get laid off on jobs. And my thought is, look, you goof off, you don't want to learn, and then you complain because you're the one who gets cut when they need to cut people. Guys, whether you go through my program, you go through the UA, you go through the PHCC, be the best person in that class. Be the hardest worker. Be the one that wants to learn. You won't get laid off. You'll be the one they want to keep around because you do things better than anybody else. Now, that's me getting up on a soapbox, but I love it that the ones who in class wanted to sleep, lay their head down on their desk and not study, always bitched, moaned, and complained when they got ran off of a job. You asked for it. So you want to have a job forever? Be the best person in class. It's not hard, but show up to learn and show up. Look at everybody in that class and say, this is my competition. I have to be better than them every day. That's where it starts. Adam says, thank you for your support. Yeah, so definitely looked into the programs available. Found a company that wants to pay for my schooling and has a lot of the values I believe in. Adam, good for you. Brockton says, what's your game plan when dealing with problem customers? You've got to communicate with them. You've got to educate them. You've got that 1% of customers you can never make happy. I get that. But for the most part, you try to educate your customers. What can you do to help them understand what you're doing, why you do it? Explain the value to them in the beginning, and you shouldn't have a problem. Mark H says, love to talk myself into spending the money on Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. Man, it's Marcus good stuff. I'm just telling you. Machiavelli, that's the whole reason you got into plumbing. That's the whole reason you got in. Yeah, to be your own boss. Guys, here's the deal. The trades, no matter what trade you get in, no matter what trade, you can be your own boss. You can eventually open your own company. I met a guy the other day, actually, George the plumber. George says, look, I can make $600,000 a year working for myself, running the calls I want to run. $600,000 a year. When I had my plumbing company, we were doing $1 million a year, but most of that you gets paid out for materials, for labor, for office labor, for everything else. We were lucky to bring home an extra $10,000 a year after paying our salaries. Sorry, we were lucky to bring home an extra $1 million a year after. Lucky to bring home an extra $100,000 a year after paying our own salaries. And to be honest, we never carried home $100,000 because we're always putting it back into the company. You can make whatever kind of money you want to make in this business, I promise. Thomas says, if your prior service, Range by David Epstein, is a great book, should be at your local library to read for free. Plumbing Service, Range by David Epstein. Okay. Like that. Kenny Roth says, I use my hands as a toilet snake. Good for you. Thomas, when I was taking a codes class, I did my best and ended up being classmates with CEO of a plumbing shop. Guys, here's the deal. When you're in these classes, look around. You're either going to be working for the people in that room or they're going to be working for you. What position do you want to be in? It's up to you. Sean says, I yelled at an apprentice because he complained about his paycheck once. He's always so grumpy when he gets sent on a job at 4 o'clock. Yeah, and works past 5. If you're going to complain about going to work, don't complain about your check. If you show up every day and want to work your tail off and learn more than everybody else, you're going to love your check. Sean says our trade is not 8 to 5, it's start to finish. Brother, I love that. Rex Game Files, thumbs up. Boom. Kenny says, I was just kidding. Always use the right tool for the job. Kenny says, whatever you do, don't do apartment maintenance. And see, I thought it'd be a great way to learn. Nick Plumbing in the house. What's up, brother? How are you? Man, you signed in at perfect time. We are just fixing to get off of here. Man, great seeing you, really. Guys, here's the deal. The trades that we're in afford us the opportunity to do what we want to do. You can get in, you can make 6 figures a year as a plumber. You can make 7 or 8 figures a year as a plumbing company owner. But think about it when you get in. What kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be the very best? Do you want to be the best plumber you can be, the best apprentice you can be? Because that's when it starts. Start developing the skills early to be the very best. Do you have any recommendations for schools in Texas? Texas State Technical College Center, Texas, TSTC, Texas State Technical College in Waco's phenomenal. But here's the thing. Whether you go there, whether you get in the trades, whether you become a union apprentice, whatever it is, become the very best. You have the opportunity to do whatever you want in this life, but you've got to decide in your mind what that's going to be. Don't listen to your parents. Don't listen to your counselors. Don't listen to your teachers. Do what you want to do. And if you want to be the very best plumber, don't let anybody tell you you can't. The reason they tell you you can't is they can't imagine themselves becoming the very best plumber. The opportunity here is yours to do what you want to do. Do you want to make 6 or 7 or 8 figures a year? It's up to you. Don't let me tell you no. Don't let anybody else tell you no. Because what I'll tell you, if you want it bad enough, if you try hard enough and you believe it, you can do it. But you've got to be willing to do whatever it takes. Don't say at 4 o'clock, oh, it's 4, I want to go home, I'm tired. And then complain on Friday about your paycheck. Get your butt up, go to work, do whatever it takes, and tell yourself every day, if I'm going to be the best, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Sean Strong says, thanks for running things behind the scenes, Colton and Randy. Absolutely. Guys, thank y'all for all y'all do. Thanks to Sean for being in here. Everybody, really. It's been a good day. You're welcome for the show. They are great. I'm enjoying the pork chops since they're not coming. They may not get any. It is what it is. Kenny, thank you very much. Brock, yes, it is. And Sean's right. If you want to learn more, jump over in the Discord group. It's going great over there. If you've got great pictures, videos, anything at all, jump over in our subreddit. It's phenomenal there. Nick, thank you very much. Rex Game Files. Weird for you. I get paid every Wednesday. Isn't that crazy? Derek says, hey, Roger, your tips help me a lot. Thanks for your #1 zombie at Africa. Thank you. And Brock says, you never work for yourself. Your customers are your new boss. Man, that is so true. And if you treat every customer you have like your mother or your grandmother, you'll always do the right thing for them. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I promise you, I do appreciate it. You make it where I can do what I do each and every day. So if you know somebody that needs to hear about this, share it with them, and hopefully you can change their life. So thank y'all for being here. Welcome to Sippin' Saturday. Hopefully I'll see y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.